Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whenever you watch this video, especially to Mrs. Ratu Husmiati and all friends in History Education Universitas Negeri Jakarta. Now in this video, I want to explain to you about the war of Russia and Ukraine. What I will explain in this video is related to the cause of the war between Russia and Ukraine. It is about the dispute that occurred before Russia decided to invade Ukraine and NATO relation with the outbreak of the war between Russia and Ukraine. In addition, in this video, I will also explain briefly about the current condition in the war. And then, I will also explain at a glance about the response from the leader of the country, both from the president of Ukraine and from the president of Russia. Without lingering any longer, let's go straight into the explanation. Armed conflict between Russia and Ukraine is currently being discussed. Russia carried out a number of attacks on Ukraine marked by several explosions in a number of cities in Ukraine such as Kiev, Odessa, Kharkiv, and Mariupol. Actually, the issues of the Russian attack on Ukraine has been going on since November 2021. The Western world believes that the Russian capital, Moscow, has mobilized 100,000 troops with tanks and other military equipment. Western intelligence says that Russia will attack Ukraine. Russia denies the accusation made by a number of Western countries, but NATO keep warning Russia. Then, the close relationship between NATO and Ukraine was also the cause of the emergence of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Tensions between Russia and NATO and the close relationship between NATO and Ukraine made Russia even more furious. This is because Ukraine is a neighboring country to Russia. That's happened because if Russia joins NATO, Russia will be threatened because NATO can freely put weapons in Ukraine. On February 21, 2022, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced that recognition of the independence of the Donbas Militia, the Donetsk People Republic, and the Luhansk People Republic. Then, on February 24, 2022, Vladimir Putin announced that military operations were being carried out in a number of cities in Ukraine. After a few days, Russia launched an attack on Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has announced that his country is no longer pressing for NATO membership. Previously, Russia had announced a ceasefire on March 9, 2022. Russia is also ready to provide evacuation routes to Ukraine civilians. However, since 80 days of Russian attack on Ukraine on March 13, 2022, there has been no signs of the end of the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. The war between Russia and Ukraine is a big one for the world. We certainly hope that the conflict between Russia and Ukraine will end quickly. Because what? Because after all, the common situation is when the world is at peace and uphold peace. That's all I can say. If there are words that are not pleasing, please forgive me. And once again, I hope the existing conflict between Russia and Ukraine can soon reach a peaceful path because the conflict only leads to division and hostility. And also, for the victim of this war between Russia and Ukraine is given fortitude and strength in undergoing this calamity. That's all I can say. Wabillahi taufik walhidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.